The new turn of events in the Epstein files has once again pushed one of the most controversial stories of our time back into the global spotlight. For years, the name Jeffrey Epstein has been associated with secrecy, unanswered questions, and powerful connections. Many believed the story quietly ended after his death in 2019, but recent developments suggest the case is far from over. Today, we break down what is new, what is confirmed, and why this matters now more than ever. To understand the significance of these new developments, we need to briefly revisit the background. Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy financier accused of running a long-term sex trafficking operation involving underage girls. He moved in elite circles, socialized with politicians, business leaders, and celebrities, and maintained properties across the United States and abroad. In 2019, Epstein was arrested on federal charges, but before his trial could begin, he was found dead in his jail cell. His death was officially ruled a suicide, yet it sparked widespread skepticism and speculation. For many people, the biggest question was never just about Epstein himself, but about who else might have been involved. Over the years, victims and investigators pointed to a network of enablers, associates, and institutions that may have helped Epstein operate for decades. However, much of the evidence remained sealed, redacted, or tied up in lengthy legal battles. That is where the Epstein files come in. The Epstein files refer to a collection of court documents, depositions, emails, flight logs, and testimonies connected to civil and criminal cases involving Epstein and his associates. Some of these files were part of lawsuits filed by victims seeking justice, while others were tied to investigations into Epstein's finances and connections. For years, large portions of these documents were kept from the public, often to protect ongoing cases or the privacy of individuals not formally charged. The new turn of events began when courts ordered the release of additional documents that had previously been sealed. These releases did not come all at once, but in waves, each revealing new details and raising fresh questions. Importantly, these documents do not automatically prove guilt. Instead, they provide context, allegations, and references that help paint a clearer picture of Epstein's world and the people around him. One major change is the increased transparency around names that were previously hidden. In earlier releases, many individuals were referred to only as unnamed persons or with heavy redactions. Recent disclosures have reduced some of these redactions, allowing the public to see who was mentioned in testimonies and depositions. This does not mean these individuals committed crimes, but it does show who was connected to Epstein socially, financially, or logistically. Another key development is the renewed attention on Epstein's associates. Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's longtime companion, was convicted on multiple counts related to sex trafficking. Her trial and conviction confirmed that Epstein did not act alone. The new files add more detail to how recruitment allegedly worked, how victims were introduced, and how Epstein's lifestyle was maintained through a complex web of money and influence. The files also highlight how institutions may have failed. Law enforcement agencies, financial firms, and regulatory bodies are all mentioned in different contexts. In some cases, warning signs were allegedly missed. In others, investigations stalled or ended with controversial plea deals. These revelations have reignited debates about accountability and whether justice systems treat powerful individuals differently. Another reason these developments matter now is timing. Public trust in institutions is already fragile. When stories like